Hello, and welcome to another Dokkan battle video, or should I say, agenda pushing video, because I'm going to keep spreading the gospel that this Blue Goku and Vegeta are not nearly as bad as people keep saying that they are. Now, a big thing about these guys that I've mentioned a numerous amount of times is that their damage and everything is going to vary wildly. Oh, hold on, let me just watch this. Cool. So, big things about them, right? Mine is full link level 10. Let's just put this out there, and mine is already full link level 10. I did that. They get so much attack from their links, as well as being in slot 2, that comparing how much damage that they do in slot 1 and like comparing it to other characters, be like, oh, they do no damage, is kind of like disingenuous, especially because like a lot of the times people are gonna look at something like this. But this is a rainbowed one, decent build. Honestly, I would have put like a little bit more in additional or in dodge, because you really don't need 30 additional. It's too much. But what ends up happening is they get so much power from their links and being in slot 2, and so when people compare them to these other characters, when they don't have all that attack up, they start to look really bad. And it's just like, you're not being fair to the character, because what you're not doing right is what people will do is they'll laugh at how much damage that they're doing in slot 1, and then they're tanking in slot 2, which is not at all what you should be doing. That is not their point. They're supposed to be defensively incredible in slot 1, which they are with their intro buff up, and then defensively like great in slot 1, and then offensively great in slot 2. That's like their whole thing, right? But when people go and they go like, oh, this unit stinks, and then they'll show a clip of them with like 2 links active with like a little bit of support in slot 1 against like a non-Realm of Gods enemy, and they're like, this unit sucks, look at this. And then it's just like, that's just not the case, because on that turn with guard and 50% dodge, they're at like 600k defense after they super. So like, they're more than capable of handling all the hard content in the entire game. And I've mentioned this a few times now already, but if they were any better than what they are, can you dodge please, sir? Then they would be too good. And what I mean by that is, if they were better than what they currently are right now, right? You wouldn't be able to get Vegito out unless you brought other units that were going to take a whole lot of damage. That would be a problem, because we want to see Vegito. That's like the whole point, right? We don't want to see Goku and Vegeta. We're here for Vegito Blue, and Vegito Blue is absolutely insane. I think Vegito Blue alone is probably the best character in the entire game. Like, if you had Vegito Blue turn 1, he would be a little bit weaker, like offensively and defensively, because you're not getting like the additional stacks or whatever. But with what he's capable of doing just currently, he's ridiculous. He is absolutely broken. I think Vegito Blue himself is probably the best character in the entire game by far. Now, I do think this Blue Goku and Vegeta form do make it so that they're not the best character in the entire game, right? But people saying that they're not even like top 10 is wild. It's insane to me, actually, because they can do such crazy work when it comes to like these hard like content events, right? They are crazy viable in the first few like turns of a fight, which is where you need them the most. A lot of these characters are so good after they built up, and Goku and Vegeta, right, they're tanky in slot 1 to allow those units to get their like stacks in, like things like Kale, who else? The Blue Fusions, right? These characters that need a couple turns to get cooking. Goku and Vegeta give them that little extra bump, and if anyone takes damage at all, Vegito Blue's gonna come in and he'll be the complete package to make it so that you're not gonna fall victim to like the really hard-hitting attacks, because he's gonna come out, he's gonna make the entire team's stats significantly higher, and then he's gonna fuck off, right? He's gonna do his 8 super attacks and then dip. because you know the fight's over. So he's one of these characters that I think a lot of people really don't understand. I don't know if it's like a skill issue or what, but like people will look at Vegito Blue and what he's doing and not immediately acknowledge the fact that he's absolutely insane, and the fact that getting to him isn't nearly as hard as people make it out to seem, right? Like, I'm gonna go through every single one of these red zone stages, right? And I'm going to be getting Vegito Blue in every single one of them. Like, it's not gonna be hard. Now, I don't know if it's because I don't have everything in the game rainbowed, right? So a lot of my stats are gonna be a lot lower than what other people's stats are gonna look like. But at the same time, what I do have is the ability to cook it up in the kitchen, right? So my characters, while they're not rainbowed completely out, all the blue fusions are, but nothing else on this team is. I'm still gonna be perfectly fine, and once Vegito Blue comes out, I'm gonna be extra perfectly fine. Oh, this is actually gonna hurt a lot. What, 200k, 300k? Yeah. Oh, I guess we're in Vegito Blue range. He's super hard to get out, by the way. Also, the reason I did that is because I didn't want this to happen and for him to potentially not dodge it, because there's so many attacks there. Max definitely could have and probably would have supered him at least once or twice in there, so I didn't want him to have to deal with potentially multiple super attacks. But now we have the big boys out. This is where the fun starts, right? Ooh, what do I want to do here? 300k, yeah, they're fine. I don't trust God Goku enough with 50% dodge. So I'm gonna leave Gogeta there. He's not gonna build up nearly as much as I would like for him, but he'll be okay. Like, he'll be perfectly fine. He's gonna have a 100% chance to dodge. He's gonna do a couple super attacks. I don't remember if they changed their build up to be regardless of what actual like position in the rotation they are. Because remember before, they had to be in slots 2 or 3 to actually build up, or 1 or 2 to build up their attack and defense per attack performed. So let me just double check that real quick. Did they get changed? Is that one of the things they got changed? No, yeah, that's perfectly fine. Like, they don't need to be in slots 1 or 2 to get their build up per attack performed. So he's gonna dodge every single one of these attacks and then build up a bunch. Also, look at this damage, by the way. This is bad damage, right? This is the trash damage that we were all talking about. The not very good damage. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. But I think they're fine. Like, I don't think they need a buff. That was 100% Goku and Vegeta, but they're not Link level 10, so they have a lot of additional power that's like not on the table right now. Now, could we beat this before Vegito Blue comes out? Yeah. But do I really care? No. Because would we get Vegito Blue out if we weren't doing insane amount of damage with all of our units? Yeah, we would. That's just how easy this is. Like, none of these fights are hard. None of them. Not a single one of them. Like, I've heard people say that like some characters have like counter synergy with this Blue Vegito, being like the Blue Fusions and then the Aether GT duo, and I think that's false. For one major reason, and that's because they will transform and put you into like I'm not gonna get the guaranteed additional, but it's fine. They'll put you into a state where you're not gonna have the ability to take some damage for a little bit, like right now, right? So what ends up happening is if you're not able to actually hit those hard, like get hit really hard, you're not gonna fall below 70% HP, and then you're not gonna transform, right? And people are gonna be like, oh, well, then you lose because they suck so much, blah 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 blah, right? But at the same time, these units are broken. So I'm gonna run Vegito Blue, like Tech Vegito Blue. He's gonna be on every single team that I run with the new Vegito Blue. because there's really no reason not to run them together. Like they activate his intro buff, they allow you to transform on turn 7. Like there's so many things to this character, the bad damage by the way, that people don't seem to understand for some reason. And I'm just here to basically shove my agenda down their throat that this unit is not bad and that it's that they don't need a buff. They really don't. Vegito, Zamasu's name does need to be changed, right? And they're acknowledging us. They are reading our messages that they agree that it's kind of iffy that he's not named the same thing, right? And that they might push it forward for future implements of the game, which I think is kind of BS if you're gonna ask me, right? But at the same time, like, it is a bit of a problem, though. Like we can all agree. Now we're not gonna get Vegito Blue because I healed way too much. At least I don't think we are. Yeah, we're not gonna get it. But I kind of don't care because we are also getting a really good showing from the blue Goku and Vegeta portion. Like they are looking pretty good in this fight. This is one of those fights where they actually can help a lot because of how like centered this fight is about being just good right away, and they are good immediately. They are just strong. They are perfectly fine in like pretty much this entire fight. Like they're not gonna die. Like they might take a little bit of damage right here, but let's see how much damage they do. The bad unit, by the way. Ah, yeah, 9 million. That's bad. That's bad, by the way. Remember, this is no intro buff and no Realm of God's enemy, and just Bulma support, but they're bad. They did additional. Can he use super? Yeah, that's bad damage, by the way. It's bad damage. Really bad damage. My agenda keeps getting pushed forward. So, there's that run of Cell Max, completely easily no itemed, with one of my favorite characters in the entire game. They did also drop missions for this stage and for the Metal Cooler stage, for the core. And that team that I just used would beat the mission, by the way, just so you know. It's a rainbow type. You need to do rainbow super and rainbow extreme to be able to beat that. And that's pretty much it. Oh, I gotta turn it off. Oop, the copyright music. Anyway, so again, let me know how you guys feel about Vegito Blue. That was insanely easy. I love this character. They're in no way, shape, or form bad, and I need people to stop like coping and saying that they're terrible, right? Like I know I sound like I'm coping, but like come on now, let's just be real here, you know. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know how you guys feel about him in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.